Hello people and welcome to follow yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This is week one and we only have one more day of week one matches after today. And well, now we are going to dive into Romania, Mexico. So a Group C match. Now, Thailand is at the moment in the lead in Group C after having defeated Lithuania earlier this week with 1-4 numbers. And actually, at the very same time with this match, Ukraine will be battling it out with Portugal. So it's going to be exciting to see after today how the Group C, aka the Death Group, is looking like. A Death Group specifically because, well, me personally, but also many others have deemed it to be the highest skill cap group, so to say. And the most difficult one to actually qualify to the playoffs from. Now you can see the lineups above me. We have on table one Iona Roska with the screen name Iona Felicia, and she will go up against Marco Rivas with the screen name Manarori. On table two, Bogdan Kurkan, the reigning bronze medalist of the World Championships of 2024, of course. And his opponent will be Elias Mochan, a strong mathematician of Mexico with the screen name ComplixVandh. Then a brother of Bogdan is Marian Kurkan on table 3, and he'll face off against Alex Vargas. So we will see what kind of damage will these two be able to make. Erwin Gall on table 4 with the screen name Erwin G, going up against the reigning Mexican national champion, I believe. Oscar Heni was the Mexican representee last year in the World Championships. And then Romania's lineup on table 5 finishes off with Arpad Kere, Gerapa by screen name, who will go up against Daniel Ayala. Certainly, I would have to say that Romania is going to be having an upper hand today. Mexicans going to be definitely have to go with their A game in order to get alive out of this one. But we have, of course, seen a lot of surprises along all kinds of duels and matches happen before. So will we happen to see that today? Maybe. But those are the pairings. And a reminder that this stream is being streamed with a 1.5 minute delay, according to the wishes of the tournament organizers. So keep that in mind if I'm not able to answer your questions or chat comments immediately. We will be focusing on tables 1 and 3. So on Iona Roska and Marco Rivas, as well as Marian Kurkan and Alex Vargas. And I reckon we will be starting with table number 1. As soon as they actually, start their tournament. Or we could also go with Erwin G, depending on the starting times. Okay, well, let's go with Erwin G. And let's see if his extremely fast playstyle in general will be able to take down Oscar Henny. Erwin, pretty notorious of playing super fast, and most likely is, well, I would anticipate Erwin to be one of the fastest players in the tournament this season as well. And likely he will not be going. I mean, if he goes down to less than 10 minutes, I will be extremely surprised. As we can see, I mean already. I mean, of course, these are very general and and like self-explanatory moves, but you can see that Erwin is not using more than like couple seconds on each move. We have a CCCC being discarded, so a quad city has been thrown away due to not being able to place it by IMD, which is unfortunately trouble for Erwin because he's going to lose his starting player advantage. He will not be getting the final tile of the game, and he will also not be getting the draw odds, even if the game would end up in a tie in regarding the points, because he is still the starting player, even though he will not be getting the advantage. Oscar, having made a move for an early farmer and finishing up the loop, decides to go another route, just takes his uh, road maple out, as well as the additional 3 extra points, and lays down a empty city cap, which will work in favor of IMD due to Erwin needing, well, first of all, because Erwin now needs the same types of tiles to finish this city and this city, but also because taking this city would cause some profound issues with the 1 point city of Erwin, as it would be enabling the immediate severe blocking of that city. Good tiles for Erwin though. Does get his meeple back, plus an additional 2 points. Meanwhile, IMD going for a field enlargement plan, adding 2 more city caps onto the field and going to really make this farmer count. And by the looks of it, it does look like IMD is indeed going to come up with a field that Erwin will be attacking later. And whoa, that is quite an unorthodox move by IMD. Now, usually you would want your cities to be built up so that they are not restricted, and turning it like upwards is just overall a very standard move. But Oscar has some other ideas, apparently, which I'm not sure if it is the best one. Now, even though there are still, of course, multiple tiles to fit into this square, and it does help a little that that Oscar can use city caps with field over here and city caps with road over here. Uh, it might just be a bit too unnecessary um, to uh, to to complete the cities like this. I mean, pretty sure his idea was to like not allow a possible attack on the road from this square, but with the starting tile, which he obviously goes um, with for the completion of the city as he should, the the attacking square is formed anyway, and it is already used by Erwin successfully. So, was this maneuver really worth it? I would say not really. It was maybe like a bit of unnecessary shenanigans. But, the good side is that at least Oscar was able to get all of his cities completed, and there was no issues formed there. But now what do you do? I mean, IMD is also going to want to maybe attack on this road, though it's really I would say it's really unfortunate to try and do due to this square being able to be restricted down to a crossroad immediately on either side. So maybe a pending attack on the road is not even a thing that IMD would be considering. Likely a restriction move being made by Erwin, and he does exactly that. He has also dropped another farmer on the southern field, which looks to be an okay field in itself. There is 3 points here, another 3 over here. It can expand on the right, on the left, excuse me, and it'll then form up to be 9 points, which is enough for enough to be which is enough to justify a use of a meeple. Not sure what this is all about for IMD. He's like restricting the road down to a crossroad, but a crossroad is pretty much exactly what Erwin is trying to fit here anyway. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go down. Well, the only crossroads that have so far gone out are the city crossroads, which means that um, this square is actually fully blockable, which is going to be an issue for Erwin, potentially. But in the meanwhile, he is just unapologetically going for fast points, or let's say not fast points, but he's going um, for quick points to be scored with his only one meeple. And because IMD was took a risk of investing his final meeple, that was why these cities were like a good idea to make for Erwin. But as he finishes the road to get an extra meeple for himself, he makes a very crucial error, as he pretty much negates the whole idea of his pre-city building, because he gives IMD a meeple and he gives him a very good reason to now finish the city. And IMD, of course, takes the free 12 points that Erwin has laid down for IMD. So, not the best of plans from the Romanian player here to finish the road, even though it gave him the extra meeple. It's just like it's really not about the amount of meeples if you have one or two extra. In the case your opponent has none, because when your opponent has zero meeples, his point scoring opportunities are limited to like pretty much being non-existent for an unknown amount of time. But yours are really great. I mean, because of being able to do stuff like this. But when you really cause major issues for yourself by allowing your opponent to have a meeple back, I mean, you are just shooting yourself in the leg, and that is exactly what we saw. Oscar going for the 6-point field, trying to attack the 9-pointer. And let's quickly assess the complete point calculation here. So +6 for Oscar, +4, +1, +3, +10, +15, 12, +3 for Oscar. So not that far ahead, and I just really have to question again, like this move here. Erwin could be in a really great situation had he just, you know, not finished the city and not finished the road, but just, I mean, he could even leave it to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 extra points for one extra meeple. I mean, because that is a justifiable use of a meeple anyway, so um, yeah, a major mistake. But what is done is done. Erwin does move into a very tiny lead of 1 point momentarily, up until the point when he is not in the lead anymore. +1 point lead for Oscar now, as he takes his meeple back and scores +2 extra points. And this extra meeple might be might come specifically in hand due to many fields existing. There's a 9-point field here, and maybe in some scenarios there is even going to be a case where IMD is going to go over here. He's going to drop a farmer, and he's going to unify his second meeple to the 9-point field via Road Monastery, finishing Erwin's road, yes, but if that happens late enough, then the extra meeple in Erwin's hand doesn't really matter, and seeing that we only have 5 tiles remaining, and we have both of the Road Monasteries still remaining in the deck, I think IMD should really consider going over here and dropping a farmer right now, just to be able to like also prevent Erwin from going over here with a road monastery and dropping a monastery meeple, because it's just so easy. 6 points, though arguably he can go also here for 5 points, but like IMD is still ever so slightly behind in points, I think. But the extra meeple, is worth stuff, potentially a lot of stuff. And he does go for it. He does go for the farmer, and Erwin does draw the road monastery, which he is now not able to use over here, but he will use over here instead, I would guess, because that's, immediate points. Yep, 5 points. Now, a dream tile for IMT would be this road monastery, which he does get, and I have no doubts in my soul that he would not be going over here. And he does. It's an immediate 9-15 point move. And is there a tile still to go here for Erwin? Well, not the extender, but was there even a tile? There was indeed a tile. One field Dorito, which Erwin tried to take advantage of and unify himself to the 12-point field. Unfortunately, to no avail. And well, I have to say, surprisingly, Erwin has gone under 10 minutes to 9 and 16, still having double the amount of time as his opponent. But it doesn't really matter if you have double the time if you cannot conjure up the win. 13 points is by how much Erwin loses. And Mexico moves into a lead of 1-0 on table 4. And let us then see how is our table 3 doing. With Marian Kurkan and Alex Vargas. We are still in the first game with 8 tiles to go, and we will be also streaming the second game of these players just to be able to get a full game. Now it is +10 for the Romanian. I believe Marian was the world champion of I want to say 2019, but yeah, I want to say 2019. And also Gerapa on table 5, I believe was the 2022 world champion, I believe. Do correct me if my memory fails, but according to my own memory, today's Romanian lineup does have two former world champions in it. So +10 equal ruin here, 7 and 7 the monasteries, equal field, equal ruin being attacked, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 and then a potential attack over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are no cows. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one field Dorito still remaining. Is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I believe there's still one road field Dorito. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And it does come with a shield, so 14, 15. So if we assume that this connection is happening, then Marian is still plus 1 point, which means that if he can just hold on to that very, very teeny, tiny lead, then the connection will not matter necessarily. So, what is the strategy of Alex? Adds 1 point to the ruin. That'll actually be enough to make him equal on the board if he does get the connection. Oh no 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 not there! Oh God, not there. Here, because you have to assume that you are getting the field Dorito, and there's only one of those remaining. So Mars goes over here now and just wins the game on the spot. Because Peachan had to assume that he's gonna get the field Dorito, which means that he should be going over here, add those points indirectly, and then take like a 6 point. Wait, what the? Oh, I see it now. I see it clearly now. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So somehow, I don't know how I managed to miss this like 4 times. Jesus. Yeah, never mind. Uh, yeah, never mind. No misses were made over here. But now I'm left wondering if Peachan had even the possibility to come back into this game from like a minus 16, 15 or something deficit. Attacking this field, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe he did. No, wrong, he didn't. Because even if he gets to the field, which is 15 points, it would put him at like plus minus 0 or something. Then he can only get these couple extra points, and then Marian just takes a 6-point field and wins anyway. Huh, well, that is some unfortunate news for Alex there, but fortunately he can, I don't know, maybe take a very, very small comfort of the fact that um, he did better than your host here of calculating the remaining tiles. Also, no wonder that Marian didn't go for a block here with like road tiles of a curve and stuff, simply because there just were no tiles remaining anyway. Okay, so Marian goes into a 1-0 lead on table 3, and we'll see what we'll see what the second game brings. Alex is the starting player. Now do note that because this is because these tournaments are played, or because these matches are played in a tournament format, or rather in a PGA tournament format, the starting player does not necessarily change every game. It is completely random, and thus in during one duel, one player could start every single game. So there is a slight potential disadvantage, but in the long run, in the long run, it will of course always even out um, for every player. Oh, that's what statistics say, in my opinion. Early cities, multiple early cities for Alex, and Marian starts a monastery of his own, leaving, potentially leaving a uh, a, a 2 point road out there to be taken by Alex with a with the city crossroad, or maybe with a triple city with a road. But in any case, this does of course leave less city caps available for Alex to finish the city, and that is why the move is made. So what do we do? We could maybe go over here. Oh, what the? Wait, no. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, I was about to say that we take a loop road here, but somehow I had already missed that this move came with a road pointing to the city and not with a field side on it. So we are just basically trying to make a pre-road of like for ourselves as Alex, and we now limit the city to the 3 remaining city crossroads, which is fine. Mars. I mean, honestly, I don't see why we wouldn't go over here, or we could go over here. There are really like several options that we could do. We could like one over here to pre-build a 3 point road. This one also takes a hold of the longest road possible on the board, as well as um, it's kind of readying for impact on the city crossroad for Marian, but he will need to get the curve, somewhat fast so that Alex can't do something like this. So wait, what the? Oh, well, this. Um, I don't know how I feel about this move of Alex. Like I get that he's going for a large city here, and it was like a really good tile to try and go for the completion, taking a loop road also, but I don't know, man. He's gonna now have a 50-50 shot at finishing the city because he should go here as he does. And yeah, but I just don't like the fact that he just did not finish the city and just take the 3 point road here, trying to equalize the points on this long road. I think this would have just been a more simple of a move, and then he could have just left this city being treated as a ruin, or potentially try and complete that city afterwards, but only with triangles and maybe triple cities, maybe like very small amount of city caps. Now though, yeah, I feel like there is some lost value here maybe. But but Alex does have a clear plan of going for the completion, and he is going to be able to save the city. Wow, doesn't even go for a meeple there with 3 meeples. I think this is a rather big mistake actually, given that there are still a lot of city caps to fit into this square. Two daggers, two city crossroads, as well as a starting tile. So like 5 tiles to fit into that square for an immediate completion of an 8-point city, and also a nice small 6-point field. I think it's just a major misstep from Alex, given that he had 3 meeples in hand. Hello, Vika. Welcome to enjoy the match. A timely restriction of the city from Alex, as Marian gets one of the 2 remaining daggers that would have fit into this square, but now has to figure out a better way to use it. And he does figure out a good way to use it. Drops a city cap on his field, and he was obviously looking to block this meeple to the non-existent quad road. But a very wise semi-save by Alex, preventing that blocking option, or not preventing it entirely, but significantly restricting the restriction square, and as a result, Mars, of course, just simply taking 7 points onto the field afterwards. Another, I want to say, big mistake. Wow. Yeah, I don't get these moves, man. Now, as a matter of fact, I do. Okay, so the idea here of Alex is to limit as many meeples as possible from his opponent to the remaining 2 city crossroads. So with this one and over here, so 3 meeples depending now on those city crossroads. But I mean, they are just all so high impact moves though. That is this really the best scenario? I mean, he just gave up 4 points to get to tie up this meeple, and I'm just not convinced that it is the best decision that Alex could have made. In the meanwhile, the field of Marian is growing slowly but steadily, and as a result, actually of taking another city over on the left, Marian also, Alex has also indirectly created this potential 6-point road for Marian with the city crossroad, and this is now the kind of stuff that he has to try and fix, really. No more daggers of left-handers available, so a move like this is probably what we are going to see, and it is. Expecting Marian to finish up the city just to be able to get a second meeple in hand and to have a bit more liberative play style, actually being able to invest meeples on things is nice. And P-chan definitely has to find a way to attack this field, but so far there is actually no way to attack it. It's just super safe. Now actually he could go over here and set up an attacking platform on to the field, but this is just a discard move and it doesn't actually do anything great for him. And well, he can take the points, or actually here of course, but there are only 14 tiles remaining in the deck, and time is running out. This is still a 12-point field with more cities potentially to come. And I'm really not liking the chances of Alex here. Especially after this, when Marian gets one of the city crossroads. Now, you know, Alex does start a city over here with the intention of finishing a 6-point city and dropping a farmer, which would be really great. He also does have still this one dagger as an out for himself, which would come with these 4 road points as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that would be an 11-point move, given that Marian would be getting 2 more cities onto his field. Oh wait, what am I saying? Oh, there is actually a way to attack this field. So if Alex gets a city crossroads, he can actually go over here and drop a farmer, which is now what unbelievable. Marian does not even drop a farmer. I can't believe it. He's not dropping a farmer. How? Has he missed the same thing as I did? That this field is not actually part of the main field. Like this field would be unified when Alex gets the dagger, and that is exactly what Marian should be counting on. Like Marian should always assume that Alex is gonna get the best tiles for him, which in this case is gonna be that dagger. Is this going to be... Wow, I mean, this might have been just a major miss. Just for 2 road points, Marian decides to not meeple the 6-point field and secure the field potentially. Yeah, this might come back to bite him, because this city is going to be a lot of points. And now Alex is actually trying to get to the field, not with only 1 meeple, but with 2 meeples. Let's see if there are actually tiles for that, for the connections. So there is 1 regular monastery still left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are no regular curves. There are no road monasteries. So this would be a total block. And are there city tiles? 1, 2. There is no dividers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No field Doritos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a vanilla? 1, 2, 3. I believe there is still a vanilla. So the tiles that Alex can unify himself to the field are the monastery and a vanilla. So he should really be going over here. Like actually really should be going over here. And this I mean, just taking a 4-point road is really not going to help your situation all that much. If anything, if you go here, you should be most likely just meepling the field, like actually pre-meepling the field. I'm not even joking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 21-point field. I'm actually astonished that Marian even went for just the 4 points and not for this. Maybe he counted out that like he just has to get that vanilla and the monastery himself. Like maybe he can't afford to make any blocking moves. But it seems unlikely given that he is 70 points ahead on the scoreboard. He has a 6-point field over here, a 6-point monastery, and now with another 6-point field. So with the remaining tiles being a dagger to go here, a regular monastery, a vanilla, and then something. I mean, there's definitely still a way for P-Chan to win this if he gets his outs. Like maybe he doesn't even need to win this or need to finish this city. Maybe he just wins with simply getting a vanilla here and a monastery here and just actually straight up winning the field. Or maybe just bringing one of these meeples to the field and finishing up this. Maybe that's also enough to win. Maybe. I'm not sure because he besides this city, Alex doesn't really have any valuable features. Well, we're about to see. There is a monastery, and so which one should he connect? I think, yeah, which one should he actually connect? This one or this one? I mean, because this is 0 points, right? But you are quite heavily behind, so does it really matter that you get that you save these 3 extra points? Maybe. Maybe. So he does go for the more rational one and takes and unifies himself to the field with 1. So now, Mars, do you go over here? I mean, you have to be like just shivering in your boots because he doesn't have a dagger or the vanilla in his hand, which means Pitan is gonna get one or the other, or even both of those tiles, which are going to be just massive, massive tiles. Either one of those. Like, Marian just simply cannot prevent the completion or the connection if he doesn't go over here. But again, can he afford to do that? Like, he really has to count what does he need. So he goes for the block. Pichan gets his dagger. And Mars gets the vanilla. So somewhat unfortunately, this block ended up being basically for nothing. So he unfortunately lost points. Well, 2 points. But we'll see if that will actually matter. And we shall also see if this is going to be enough. I mean, it feels like it should be, right? Because again, Alex doesn't really have any notable features. Like he has like single points here, like 5, 4, 3, but the shared field in itself is just not going to be enough for Alex, isn't he? Isn't it? Yeah, I don't think it is. I think Alex is actually still pretty far from a win here. And the scoreboard also says exactly that, though it's not really far from a win. It's so Marian also only wins by 5 points, which is, well, pretty astounding actually, given how the game was played, given the, I'd say, unnecessary risks from both sides. But risks create variance, and variance creates a lot of points. So this one is going to end up in a Romanian win on table 3, as the former world champion shows what he's made of. And then we shall see if on table 4 Erwin has been able to make anything happen against Oscar. And indeed he has, winning the second game by 1 measly point. But an important point at that, as the players now head into a decider. And we shall see what is going on here. So 10 tiles remaining. And looking good for the Romanian on the scoreboard side. With a 9-point field. A shared ruin. Also a shared feature over here. We have a city being built by Oscar. Oh, and he attacks the city, attacks the field. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, oh no, 4. Okay, so there is no crossroad to go into this square. And Erwin also attacks the field with his final meeple. But, judging by what I see, it looks to be actually plenty to bring him the win. So plus 12. Well, not sure about the win anymore after Oscar actually finishes the city, which is worth 1,000,000,000 points actually. So plus 12 for Oscar. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and this is actually a terrible blunder from Erwin, because there are no tiles at all that fit into this square. There are no regular curves. There are no crossroads. Not that he would have even wanted a crossroad there. And also there are no daggers. So there's nothing that fits into this square. And he just used his final meeple for 3 points. That is terrible. And now he's paying the price for lost points, as he could have scored 5 over here. So let's take this into account of just how much points is Erwin going to be losing out on. So really only plus 2 so far. So 2 points and whatever he could have mustered up with his final meeple. But I don't think these fields are going to be quite enough for the Romanian to win this, are they? I mean, they are actually quite decent though. It's 9 plus 12 plus another 3 versus 6 points in fields. So that is quite significant advantage there, but the point difference just straight up on the scoreboard is very big. $98 to $100, and then there's a 9-point field and a 3-point. Oh no. Yeah, this is pretty much the worst that could have happened for Erwin as a direct result of this move. Meepling with his final meeple taking a field, trying to unify everything here when there are no tiles at all to fit into the square, and as a result, he then proceeded to lose out on some points. So at least 2, and then 5. So he actually proceeded to lose out on 5 points, which would have been even enough for him to win. Which is, well, it's definitely on Erwin, this loss here, as he was a bit too hasty with the second farmer, not taking into account, or maybe miscounting, whichever it might be, the remaining tiles, and thus losing out, unfortunately, on the very, very precious and important points. And it is a point to Oscar Henny, and he takes Mexico to 1-1 situation on the scoreboard. And we shall take a look at the other matches then. So let's see how the other former world champion is doing. Gerapa being able to take a comfortable 2-0 win of Daniel Ayala. And let's see how Joana Roska has then been handling it. Well, Manarori, Marco Rivas is able to take a dual win for Mexico and for himself, and going into 2-2, and oh boy, do we have a 3-2 situation, 3-2 situations on the first week. All seems to rely on a Bogdad. Oh wait, that's with double underscore because he's a savage. And we have a decider going on for these two players with 13 tiles. This game is for the win of the first week of the WTCOC. So tremendous pressure on both players, providing that they would actually know the current match score, but I don't think they do. I don't think anyone would tell them in order to avoid extra pressure being kind of dedicated to either player. So what's the score? I mean, currently looking great on the scoreboard for the Romanian. plus 11. Then how's the field looking like? We have 1, 2, 1, 2. It is a shared field. Then plus 11, plus 14, plus 12, 16, 20, 21, 20, 17, 19, 3. Plus 3 for the Romanian. So how are you going to figure this one out, Elias? What do you do? There is actually still a tile to go here if either of these players would decide to place it there, but I somewhat doubt they would. So -3. Do you actually just go here and not meeple the city? Is that a thing? Or do you go here and just try to complete this city? Maybe that's a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Instead, just add simply 1 point to his own part of the city. So now being -2, and this quick point tile for Bogdan will not help Elias's chances of coming out on top from this game. Let's try to figure out the remaining, or at least some of the remaining tiles. There seems to be a tube divider. One or two. One tube divider remaining, which means that, one or the other players could go actually over here with a straight road or with a curve and place a farmer there, hoping for the tube divider to come and connect to the field, which is worth 12 points. So that might potentially be enough to shake this one down. Or then we can try to figure out, try to actually complete a 12-point city straight up as Elias. Oh, but a terrible tile for Elias is coming, and it only has one use in Bogdan's eyes, and it is unfortunately the correct use. No more daggers remain in the game for the completion of this city, and I am pretty sure that the chances of the Mexican player just diminished significantly. Well, so +4, +2 for red at the moment. Take this point calculation with a grain of salt, because I cannot guarantee that it is correct. But maybe there's a chance for Elias to find the one remaining dagger, go over here, liberate his 2 monasteries, and then try to figure out something. And that something would most likely be attacking to the field from here or from here. That's what that something would be. Three points added to Bogdan. And unfortunately, there is no help in the deck for Elias with the City Crossroad. And Bogdan also getting the crucial dagger. So this is unfortunately going to be game over for the Mexican and for the Mexican team actually for this first week. There is Really nothing that Elias can do. He can maybe try and still play um, somewhat accurately. I'm not sure what the remaining tiles are regarding of the most precise place. But by quickly viewing, there might be some curves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, no curves. Seems to be a lot of city caps actually, which means that it. Oh my god, the amount of the disgusting amount of city caps in the deck, and this this courageous maneuver was instantly blocked by almost the only tile in the deck for green that allowed it to happen, which is just truly unfortunate for Elias here. I mean, he actually had tremendously great chances to actually finish the city like immediately on his next turn. Like what 2 tiles out of like what 10, maybe more, for Bogdan to block this city like immediately entirely, like 20% chance, something like that, and it just hit and decided the game on the spot. 5 points is the final difference, and Romania wins by 3-2, which has seemingly been the score of the day and almost actually the whole week, as we have seen a ton of 3-2 scores between the teams so far. And this one is no different. Okay, congratulations to Romania for your first week win. 4 more weeks of play still coming up. So nothing is decided yet, though this first week is just really just a small early boost for the winning teams, and maybe a bit of a wake-up call for the losing teams, at least in some cases. For the next matches that are going to take place are going to be tomorrow. Not sure if I will be streaming anything. There's going to be, so on 27th, so tomorrow, Catalonia, Hong Kong at 8 a.m. UTC time. Finland, Australia at 10 a.m. Netherlands, Japan at um, at 1300 UTC. Taiwan, Belgium 1400 UTC, as well as Guatemala, Colombia. Then Uruguay, RCP at 1600 UTC. United States, Czech Republic at 1700, and Croatia, Latvia in group, I believe it's F. No, G, group G at 1830 UTC, and then already the second match of Finland has been scheduled with Catalonia, and it's going to take place on 28th. So Finland and Catalonia will both have two two matches on back-to-back days. So the first one, as a recap, at 10 a.m. UTC tomorrow, and the day after on 28th of April at 1800 UTC. Tomorrow's action you can largely watch from the YouTube of Utsematse. He has a lot of streams already scheduled here, almost for the entirety of the day. So feel free to tune in to there. And that's also where we are going to be wrapping up this stream. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy the Carcassonne content, then there's a very easy way to support the channel. Just hit that subscribe button and join in for even more streams and videos in the future. I will be seeing you with some more Carcassonne content, hopefully as soon as possible. Bye for now.